Hi everyone, and welcome back to Julia Exo. In today's episode, I am going to be talking about responding from a wound, an emotional wound. A lot of people that I have observed get into arguments because they are responding from a place of hurt. A lot of arguments could be avoided if people were not responding from wounds. They don't seem to realize that they aren't responding out of anger because the person that they are speaking to has made them angry, but rather they are responding because a person from their childhood has left an imprint on them. There can be much more peace within yourself if you recognize these wounds, recognize when you're being triggered versus when someone is genuinely bothering you. It's not all the time true that people are getting mad because they are triggered, but I think 98% of the time it is because of that fact. A person who has recognized their wounds, then sat with them and grown from them, oftentimes are so aware within and grown within that those things don't even bother them. I want you to think of a situation where you think you could have responded differently. I'm going to give you a scenario to help you figure this out. Let's say there's a lady named Suzanne. Suzanne is an artist, and Suzanne has just made a piece, an art piece, that she shows her boyfriend. Her boyfriend gives his honest opinion and lets her know that he doesn't think it's the best piece of work, but he does like it. Suzanne, she gets very angry and she starts yelling at him. She doesn't realize that anger is just covering up sadness. Now, why is Suzanne so sad at this? I mean, after all, art is subjective, so why is she sad? If Suzanne looked within, Suzanne would have discovered that she's really only angry at it because she's not sitting with her sadness from when she was a child. All she wanted was her parents' approval, and she didn't get it often. That wound stayed with her throughout her life, and so she looked to everybody for approval. When she posted something on social media, if it didn't do well, she took it as a personal attack. When she wore an outfit, if others did not compliment her, then she felt anger, which once again is just a cover for sadness. If you really sit with your anger, then you'll soon realize that you're really sad about it. Think of your trigger. Think of who is responding. Is it your current self responding because this person did something to you that you don't appreciate? Or is it your childhood self, whether it be age 5 or age 10? Is it that person responding? The reaction that you give when you have an unhealed wound is not just you speaking, it's the hurt speaking. It's the hurt from the situation speaking. Once you have identified the who and the why, be there with that version of you and help them heal from it. Talk to that version of you and comfort them. Help that version of you grow from that wound. You can't let that wound continue to control how you respond and how you feel. Don't just recognize it and do nothing about it. Again, you need to heal from it. Really sit with it. Don't let that wound be your identity. Don't let it keep holding you back. Utilize it. Don't continue to let that wound control your story. And don't just suppress it. Allow yourself to feel the hurt from the wound. Grow from it. I'm not expecting you to go from 0 to 100 with growth in just one day. No, that's not what I expect. I do, however, expect you to recognize when you're about to say something out of hurt and then change what you're going to say. Help yourself with realizing that no longer needs to be your story. And I'm going to give an example. If you were constantly seeking your parents' approval in your childhood, just like the woman in the example that I previously gave, then just recognizing it won't allow you to grow from it. You need to sit and talk to that version of yourself that it originated with. And let that version of yourself know that you do not need anyone's approval but your own. And say whatever else it is that version of you needs to hear and needs to know. That whatever that version of you needs to recognize. When people are responding out of wounds, a good bit of the time they are trying to protect themselves. It's like a person who's in water but is so scared that they're about to drown that they start fighting the water, which does nothing. You have to really recognize the wound and heal from it. Tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself. Apply the changes. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy to pull yourself out of those habits. It may not be easy, but trying, actually taking the steps that you need to do to stop responding from those wounds. We're responding in a way that is simply you trying to protect yourself because you don't want to relive that experience that caused the wound. You have to grow from it. You have to truly change your ways. You can't keep sticking with the same actions. And you have to be there for that version of yourself and pull yourself out of it so that you're not responding in that hurt anymore. Or again, responding in that way where you're trying to protect yourself from experiencing hurt. Because it is controlling you. You should be the one in control, not your hurt. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Julia XO. I know it was a bit of a short episode, but I do feel like you could grow from it if you just apply what this episode is telling you. Thank you guys so much for listening and don't forget to leave the podcast 5 stars because it helps the podcast reach other people, and when it reaches other people, more people are able to grow within, which will help the world grow without. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for listening.